Back with Bobby and JJ Radio. We have one of our favorite people to have on, actually companies to have on. It's Johnny Wondra and John Garcia from Geekdom. Geekdom, I know. So talk about Geekdom. I don't think anyone really has an idea. I mean, they see stuff, but what is Geekdom all about, y'all?
Oh, gosh. Geekdom is the tech epicenter of San Antonio, Texas.
For sure.
Yeah, right, Johnny?
Yeah, it's very easy to say a co-working space, but it's a lot more than that.
We're a community before anything. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely a community. So how did it start up? Why is it going on? Why is it so popular?
Yeah, I think there was something missing in San Antonio. There was a lot of people going to Austin for tech opportunities. Even myself wanted to be in tech, and I was thinking about going to Austin, California, but I wanted to stay here. And a gentleman by the name of Graham Weston saw that opportunity here in San Antonio and started working to change that.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
And so, obviously, I'm a Geekdom member, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why do you feel it's so important to have this workspace, and what results?
So it's like a campus, right, where companies can get together and showcase and brainstorm and grow.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Think of it like a gym membership for entrepreneurs. You just pay a certain amount, but it's really more than just a space to work out of. It's the community itself. We not only have perks like conference rooms to use, mentors you can book, but it's the communication and it's the networking that's the biggest payout.
And in the past 3 years, it's grown so much. You've taken so much square footage downtown and growing still.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
6 years Geekdom's been around, but within that, I mean, everyone's starting to move into our building. Google Fiber just moved in. It kind of validates what we're looking at, what we're trying to do here in San Antonio.
Yeah, just to put it into perspective, when we started at Geekdom, there was like 1,100, 1,200 members, and 1 year we're at around 1,700 now.
Wow.
So super exciting, and that has a lot to do with partnerships that we've connected with big companies like USAA. Super stoked about that, helping the military transition process for people that want to start startup companies, be entrepreneurs. So a lot of really cool stuff happening.
Talk about some of these companies that have spun out of that little brain epicenter there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm wearing a shirt right now. It says White Cloud Drones. That's one of the companies.
Shout out to Wes.
Yeah, super cool success story. Started out, fun fact, on the same day that me and Mr. Johnny Five here started at Geekdom. And from there, they just made partnerships. They met other companies, they networked, and then just grew from there. So they're actually got to the point where they got so big and they needed more space that they had to leave Geekdom. It's bittersweet, but that's what we want to see. We want to see success stories, people growing, and helping to contribute to the tech space within San Antonio.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing, since you have your, hand to the pulse, what are you seeing with the spaces downtown? Like, how much of it is the tech center now?
Sure.
Is there a lack of space? Is people? Are you guys just busting at the seams? Because you've taken over the Rand now.
Yeah.
Just about.
I mean, you got just almost every single floor for the most part, and then you have our boy Sean Wynn is
on the first floor. Shout out,
doing his thing on the bottom. But what's going on with how fast are these companies growing and trying to find space downtown?
Well,
that's a great question.
There's construction everywhere, as everyone knows.
That's what I can see.
And I know in the past, a lot of people said, hey, if you saw a crane, it's because someone's AC went out. But now buildings are going up.
Or JJ's girlfriend's coming to visit.
For sure. She's very particular.
And in a lot of places, a lot of buildings are getting renovated now. So even though it seems like downtown we're running out of space, they're starting to clear out these old buildings that are kind of run down and revamping them, revitalizing them, and moving offices in there. One of them was Scaleworks that just moved in right across the street.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's happening more and more and more out of these unoccupied areas.
And talk a little bit. So I know Coda also is a big company that came out of there. What are some other companies that you can name drop, if you will, that really just was embryonic in the stages at Geekdom and kind of blew up a little bit?
Yeah.
Apple? Was Apple one of them?
We wish.
Yeah, so one actually...
Just because I want San Antonio on instead of Cupertino on my phone.
That'd be great, right?
Yeah.
I know, so one of them that we like to talk about, Par Level, for sure.
Talk about that one.
Yeah, so that actually came from a program we host called Startup Weekend. Startup Weekend's basically for anyone that has an idea. They come down, they pitch it. They have the chance to win a grand prize of, custom web design, LLC formation. Long story short, they came down for one of those programs. They pitched an idea, was told it was horrible, went back to the drawing board, pitched it again, and they won. So also came with Geekdom.
So it's like Shark Tank.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a 3-day program. It's super exciting. Anyone can be a part of it. You don't have to be a developer or coder or anything. If you think you have the next big idea, go there. It just might be the next big thing. And these guys went from a small startup to now they have around 50 employees in the Weston Center, where Geekdom used to be.
Right.
So it's come full circle. It's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And so when you pitch an idea, it has to be more than an idea, though. I mean, you have to go in there with kind of a business plan, right?
Well, that's the best part about it. You go in there kind of bare bones. You don't have a lot on paper, because what you're going to do is you're going to network with people, build a team. Hey, I know you're good at marketing. Hey, you're a developer. This guy's really good with business stuff, whatever it is. And then you build that throughout the weekend, which makes it just kind of a startup in 3 days. So you start from scratch, and by Sunday, you're pitching with a pitch deck on stage in front of people.
And when does this happen usually every year?
It was once a year, but now since it's so popular, we try to do it once a quarter. So each one, obviously there's a grand prize winner. Some companies have derived out of them. Some decide to kind of go back to their normal day jobs. But it's the networking, and it's really the educational part on how to run a business, how to start a startup.
Sure. And so how can people get involved with Geekdom, you feel?
Oh, yeah. So we do tours every day, Monday through Friday at noon and 4. I do those tours. It's a blast, let me just say.
Sure.
But anyone can come down and check it out. We accept anyone to be a part of our community. So if you want to see it, you gotta be there, right, and see what's going on, all the exciting things. Check out the website, geekdom.com. What is the Instagram? There's an Instagram.
Geekdom SA.
Yeah, so we'd love anyone to come and check it out. So that's the best way to see it. Seeing is believing. So getting the grand tour, checking out all the cool things happening.
And you have over 300 events a year, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so even on our website, there's a calendar, events listed there. So it's a great way to see what's going on inside of Geekdom.
Give me a couple of them. I know there's like...
Fermented Friday is a big one. That's a staple, you know? Fermented Friday is great. We have chips, dips, and friendships. We just had a LAN party that happened this last weekend, so gamers are getting together. Startup weekend, 3-day startup, that kind of stuff. Johnny, you're the events guy.
Lots and lots. Facebook advertising. We even have meditation that happens in there. A little bit for everyone. It's a community, so with that comes a lot of different categories.
For sure. So check them out. That's geekdom.com. They're on Facebook. They're Instagram at geekdomsa.
You got it.
At geekdomsa. Cool. And you can call them at 210-373-6730. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back with Bobby and JJ Radio.